Okay everyone, here's the 79 Malibu two-door coupe, Malibu Classic, whatever you call it. Has a landau top, and that's kind of the demise of a vinyl top. It gets bad, gets underneath, and rusts out the metal. This side is not bad, too bad at all. The other side, which I'll show you in just a bit. The quarter on this side is good. The tires are bad. They got tread. I would not trust them driving it nowhere. This one has a 215, the other side has a 195. They need to be replaced. All of them, in my opinion. I would not drive these things. I did take it up the road about a half mile back. It runs good, shifts, speedometer works. But I was scared the whole time about tires blowing up. Story on this, which you're going to have to replace or take them off or whatever you decide to do, that there was rabbits that were jumping up underneath in the engine compartment. He had a neighbor who had big dogs, the guy before I got it from, and he was trying to get at the rabbit that was underneath the hood. The hood was shut, of course, so both sides of those are torn up. Windshield is good. It does have a bullseye, which I think can be repaired. Has a few hail dings here and there, but this metal's pretty tough. It'd have to take some pretty good hail to put a lot of dings in this car. The bezels, that one for the turn signal is cracked, and they're probably both cracked. Probably needs both bezels. The bumpers on this thing is good. The grill is fair. It's got cracks in it, but it's there. This originally had a 229 V6 in it, and at some point the guy that had it before me bought it back in like 96, I think he said. He had it a long time, and then he put the 350 in it after the V6 went bad, and it was a Target 350 engine, which is basically what we'd call a crate engine today, probably a long block, complete without the intake, probably with valve covers, because that valve cover says good wrench on it. And the other side probably does too, but it's got dirt on it, maybe not. The overflow tank is bad. You have to get one at a salvage yard. That I just want to be fair, but the best part about this car, guys, that it's a dry western car, so the frame is good. Good bones in the car. We'll fire it up here in a minute. There again, there's that spot where the dogs kind of bit into that piece. I'm not a professional video, and I don't claim to be, and I'm never going to claim to be. We're going to try to get the job done. It appears like they had some problems right here, this door, and it's an old repair. It's cracked out from filler. It's not real thin, but there is filler in that from a long time ago. That molding is gone, which all the molding needs to be replaced back here. They blended it in over to here and blended it back into that door there when they did the repair. The interior on this thing is not good. Back seat is fair to poor. That back piece at the top of the speakers are back there. That's pretty bad. The headliner is basically foam and fiberglass pad, or whatever that is. I've done these before. I did it on a Citation. You basically just leave it up where it's at. You cut a pattern. You scrape all this foam off, which is going to be a mess, but you could do it. You can buy that headliner material with the backing on it off eBay, and you cut it to pattern. You stuff it in the corners. You glue it on. You get a little bit extra material for the visors. Have somebody sew them up for you, and you got a brand new headliner, probably for about $30. Not bad. Dash is cracked, as you can see. The seat, both sides have that. Seat's thin, very thin cloth. The door panels are, they're probably usable. They're fair. They're typical GM where they dry out. Both sides are like that towards the bottom. Somebody put some SunPro gauges in it. The voltmeter does not work. I'm not sure if the alternator works or not on this. I did not check it. There was those rabbits that were living underneath the hood, and they chewed up some wires. I fixed some of them. There's a few more for that voltmeter that needs to be reconnected underneath the hood. The radio is just a cheapo Kmart radio that they put in half-assed. Not very good. It does not work. The horn did work. I can't really read the miles on this thing. So I think it says 34,000, so it's 134 at a minimum. We'll fire this thing up real quick. I mean, the oil pressure goes up. That's at idle. Idle to me is a little high. This steering mechanism that GM had a lot of problems with them over years, and this one hasn't. I mean, it's just flopping around. It does have a tilt wheel. You know, it seems like this thing had some kind of cruise control on it, maybe. I can't tell. It doesn't say anything on there, but there is a pushing button on the end. But that oil pressure light is probably because that is disconnected because of the gauge, so that you could take that bulb out if you took it apart and leave it out. The wipers will come on. You know, it's not perfect, guys. It's not. It's so far from perfect, it's not even funny. But you're getting a good running engine, transmission shifts. You know, you can hear it run. I mean, I hope you can hear it run. I know distorted with these cheap cameras, it's kind of hard to hear, but it runs good. I didn't do anything to that. I changed the oil in it because it needed to be done. I didn't put plugs, cap, rotor, wires. I didn't do any of that. It's running the way it was when I got it. I got it jacked up in the back right now just to do this video, so I can crawl underneath there and kind of give you a quick idea. I think most of this is original paint except for that door, and there might be some other areas, but I think most of it's original. Now this hole back here is not down here, but I think it rusted from the inside out, I believe. So you got that, but underneath it's not rusted. It does have, you know, aftermarket dual exhaust on it. After you took that V6, they probably all the emissions guys is disconnected, taken off, not there, or disconnected. So if you're in emission state and you got to have all that stuff in place and properly working, don't buy it, because you're not going to have nothing but problems. I'm trying to be honest with you as I can. This trunk does shut up. Did have propped open just so I can open it. It does have a dent right here. Like I said, the rear bumpers are good. And there was an older gentleman that had this car. Like I said, he had it from '96, and he just used it for whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully you can see this trunk. The trunk is in real good shape. I do have the carpet that came out of it. It stinks, it's nasty, but I'm going to hose it off, I'm going to dry it out. I'm not going to clean it because it needs to be replaced, but you'll have a pattern to cut, so you get bulk carpeting like at Menards, if you have Menards by you, if you're wherever you're at, or some kind of place that sells bulk carpeting, then you can cut a pattern and lay it and glue it back in. It'll be very easy. I do have the spare in the jack. I think I have most of the hardware to hold the jack and the tire in place, I believe. It was loose when I got it, but I did find the extra pieces laying in the trunk. The speakers in the back are junk. You can see right there, they're disconnected. It has some 6x9s, old 6x9s. But this thing is solid as a rock. Like I said, it does shut. I don't know what happened here. It's kind of pushed up a little bit. But let's take a peek underneath real quick before I run out of battery here on my camera. Now any of this rust you see, guys, that is just sand wash off. There's a lot of sandy dirt roads around here. We'll just take that any type of metal finish right off, and this ain't no exception. It's just the way it is. But none of this is rotted. I mean, you can look down in there. We'll get on the sides here in a second. But looks like it had newer, at some point, sensor track Monroe shocks on it. They've been on there a while. But the dual exhaust is good. solid car to start with, instead of buying a piece of crap, rusted out piece of junk that you got to become a body man to even fix it up to even drive it on a daily basis if you want to do. This one here, you're not going to have to. But like I said, the frame, the floors are all good. Bottom side, top side should be the same. They did a pretty good job on this exhaust, really, because they basically had to start from scratch. I did have an oil pressure plastic line that let loose on me, so there is some oil dripping at the front. I tried to wipe it down after I changed the oil. It was dripping down pretty good, and I replaced that line. But this will give you an idea. The other side is the same. I don't think I'm going to crawl underneath the other side, but the other side is basically the same thing as you're looking at. I mean, there's no hiding none of this crap. I mean, you could easily put this up, put a coat on the bottom, and you'd be cleaned up everything, and put a quick coat on the bottom, and it would look really, really good, and it's not rotted out. Brake lines are original, guys. We don't have rotted brake lines here. Very, very seldom, unless one comes from back east or Omaha, Nebraska, which you don't want to buy there either. If it comes back from one of them states or cities back east, you'd have broken brake lines, rusted out. These are original. They always come apart for the most part. They're very forgiving cars out here. And you know what? If you're going to buy one of these and you want to redo it, bring back a memory, whatever you wanted to do, and you don't want to spend 20 grand on one, you want to do it as you go, this might be the one for you. Very good, easy start. Here's the bottom of that door. You can see it with the sun. But I think they check this mirror. The mirror kind of moves with the manual control here. It does kind of move. The other one just a straight manual, no adjustments up the outside. But anyhow, guys, sorry to be long-winded, but I just figured everybody would want to see this thing better than pictures. The still pictures are all right, but the video is a lot better. And everything kind of matches on it. I mean, the condition throughout is about the same as far as rust goes. You know, it is what it is. But it runs good. It's sitting here idling this whole time, no hiccups. Just a good run 350, you know. I would probably check the timing out. To me, it seems like the timing might be a little bit too far advanced. Maybe he did that when he put it in or whatever, but maybe it ain't. I don't know. I didn't put a timing light on and I'm not going to, but it just seems that way. But we'll let her back down real quick. But that's about it, guys. If you got any questions, feel free to hit me up and we can discuss whatever you want me to check out on it. We're located by Scottsbluff, Nebraska, almost to the Wyoming border, far western Nebraska, 200 miles from Denver, 450 miles west of Omaha, Nebraska, 200 miles from Rapid City, South Dakota, and the rest you can figure out. All right, guys, thank you very much.